Well, Matt, let's talk college football playoff headed into tonight. Notre Dame, Indiana, in the snow, in the cold. I don't know how much of a snow will be the factor, come kickoff, but it's snowing out there. I believe Indiana is 6.5-point dogs. What are your thoughts on this game headed into tonight?
First of all, I'm pumped that the playoff is starting. This is something we've all wanted to see forever. So that's awesome. This is a very unique game. It's snowing in South Bend. They're lining up at 7 a.m. to go get and tailgate and shit. So Everybody knows how big this is, regardless of the structure or whatever else. Big time college football games are awesome, and this is as big as it gets in that state. No one anticipated Indiana being there at the beginning of the season. And they get the National Coach of the Year. He's a stud. Notre Dame is a blue blood. They're good. They arguably should be undefeated, although they did shit on themselves against UNI. I'm not going to put a ton of stock in that game because for the other 12 they played, they looked pretty good. But look, dude, to think Indiana can't walk in and win is naive, and to think Notre Dame's just going to roll is naive. Like, this is I agree. Get played a lot in a state that they're close to each other. Like, Indiana and Purdue play all the time. Purdue and Notre Dame play all the time, but Indiana very rarely plays Notre Dame for some reason. So I think this is an opportunity for Indiana to go in and shock the world. And, Notre Dame's got a lot riding on this. Like, this is a huge game. Right. All the pressure's on Irish, you know what I'm saying?
That's where I was just going to go. All the pressure's on Notre Dame. Indiana's coming in with a chip on their shoulder trying to prove something, coming on 11 wins, only lost to Ohio State.
Just why am I an asshole? Because you got to back up. Because I want the young man to back. I'm a bully and I'm soft, bro.
Oh, okay. Chat.
Fuck boy, but you cannot be involved with this show anymore.
Who?
I'm a bully. Take all you soft motherfuckers in the chats that think because of the tone of my voice how I'm doing today. Man, I wish you would just stop watching. I don't want you involved today. Shut the fuck up.
Well, let's get back to it.
Typing fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. So Notre Dame, Indiana. I think all the pressure's on Notre Dame. Okay. Indiana can go play free and fast, and I'm telling you, bro, that's a mean football team that. Yeah. Look, the Ohio State game. You watched that game, right?
Yes, sir.
The Ohio State game was. They had a lot of shit go bad, right? Like special teams, and if they clean a lot of that shit up, that's fixable stuff. They didn't get dominated in the game.
Not at all.
So I don't know. What do you think about this one, bro? This is like one of those. This is a great game to kick off the playoff. I think this is going to be a dogfight.
I'm so excited to see it. I really think that there's a lot of pressure on Notre Dame. I think that. I've heard a lot of people just say Notre Dame's going to dog walk Indiana and just stomp all over them. I think that chip push. So I think they're really, they're going to really give Notre Dame a game. And I think it's, I don't know. I think it's a big test for Notre Dame, big test for Riley Leonard, the quarterback. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. If I had to, who you got to win, Matt? Before I answer, go ahead. I think it's going to be lower scoring.
What's the numbers on it?
So Indiana is 6.5-point dogs. Notre Dame 6.5-point favorites, and over under is 52.
They couldn't just go the full 7.
It was at 7, but I think it's going down.
So people like Indiana.
Yeah, let's. I can go see where the money's at. But yeah, this is interesting. And there's a bowl game going on right now. Ohio's taking on Jacksonville State. They're up 10. Both teams have new coaches, I believe, as well, or have lost their coach at least. I don't know if they've replaced him.
A lot of people in the transfer portal too. But again, all those kids get to play in a bowl game that stayed, so that's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, it's at 6.5 in some places. So
You know what, bro? I'm taking Notre Dame at home. I'm taking them. I think, look, say this. Notre Dame's got long grass and refs. So I would just the winner of this game plays Georgia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that the college football playoff would love a Georgia Notre Dame like elite 8 game? Do they call that the Elite 8 in college football? What do we call this?
Yeah, we got to figure out what they're calling this now. Like
this is called
the semifinal quarter. They're just going like traditional. I haven't heard anything.
All of you that are still here because I said some curse words to you. What do you think we should call the first 12? Like, what should the first 12 be called? The Epstein 12? Ooh. I'm on one today.
Today.
Sorry, I'm a little.
It's okay. It's okay.
We'll just call it the Elite 8. So Notre Dame and Georgia, that'll be a hell of a matchup. Look, but to assume Indiana's not going to go in there and play hard is ridiculous because everybody's picking Notre Dame. Like they're the underdog, and they've been relishing in that position all year. Yeah, bro, this is going to be a hell of a football game and snow and shit in South Bend. The first playoff game ever is at Notre Dame. Like,
I mean, I'm so excited to see this shit, man.
Like you got everything tonight. You've got every angle that they could want. You've got an in-state rivalry that's not really a rivalry, but could become one quick. You play a great game tonight. Mm-hmm. You've got weather. You've got your touchdown Jesus. You've got the blue blood against the upstart, a team that was supposed to make the playoff against a team that wasn't even supposed to finish like that. Weren't they picked like 15th or 16th in the Big Ten?
Like bottom of their conference. Yes, exactly.
Just like Arizona State, kind of. But I think that it's a fucking great game, bro. I can't wait to watch. I cannot fucking wait for the playoffs. This is so cool. The NFL playoffs kick ass. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about the NFL here in a minute. But damn, dog. The fucking college football playoff. I know that there's people mad about the seedings and teams and shit, but if we can just put all that behind us for a little bit, this is going to be pretty fucking cool, bro. Are you taking Indiana or Notre Dame, homie?
To be honest, I would take the under. I really think it's going to be a lower scoring game. So yeah, like if I were to bet it, you're asking.
You're not picking a team.
I'm picking a team. I think Indiana's going to give Notre Dame problems. I think Notre Dame wins, Indiana covers. So I think they'll lose, but like it'll be like a field goal game. What do you think?
I'm taking Notre Dame money line, but I don't. I hate betting points. I hate it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I overthink the fuck out of it every time I bet points. So I try. Like I might take what's the over under, like 45 or something?
52.
Oh, dude, definitely take the under in that.
That's way too high. No way.
I'm not taking the points in the game between Notre Dame and Indiana, the 6.5. I'll let that just kind of chill. But a 52-point total for both teams.
That's what I'm saying. It's down to 50 and okay, it was 52. It was 52 at like 2 hours ago. Now it's down to 50 and a half. Like at the start my late.
And they were like, fuck, 52. It's fucking 24 degrees and snowing sideways. It's not going to 52. And look, Riley Leonard is neither one of these quarterbacks are like, they're not bad players. They're more apt to scramble and run. And like Riley Leonard's a runner first. Like, they can throw, but in this kind of circumstance, Notre Dame is going to hammer the fucking rock.
That's going to be a real run heavy game.
It's going to be a quick, shitty weather game. But as a trench guy, I fucking love shitty weather games, bro. These are my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you got our picks for that game. Let's move forward. Let's move into tomorrow's slate. We got some other games as well. Let's start with SMU.
Who's Indiana, Penitentiary State, Texas, and Tennessee. So that would be
Penitentiary State. That's Penn State.
Oh, PNU is Penn State. Okay. So obviously Benzo hates Penn State.
Indiana.
I'm going to probably block you too. Did you see the guy who happily unsubscribed?
I was like, it's okay. Well, he's one of one doing that right now. Well, let's move forward.
Love you, bro. You can come back when you realize that you made a mistake.
It's okay. I'll gladly welcome you back. Move forward. SMU Penn State. Penn State is 8.5-point favorites. I like Penn State all day in this. I think Penn State's going to roll. Personally,
I want SMU to win so fucking bad.
I think the momentum's gone. After the way they lost, I think the momentum's gone.
Maybe, but I will say this. Penn State should win. It's at home. If they don't win, James Franklin is going to be on just as much of a hot seat as Ryan Day is going to be on when Tennessee beats Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think SMU presents a ton of problems for Penn State, similar to the way Oregon did, because they can spread you out and they are really, really fast in the receiver corps, and they are good up front, and the quarterback fits that system perfectly. And they played like dog shit in the ACC title game. So, again, this is another one of those huge games where what's the weather supposed to be like at Happy Valley?
Let me look that up here.
Or I call it the Big Vagina Beaver Stadium. We call that Pennsylvania Bad Bush. That's what we call that stadium.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a little, possibly snow here. Well, actually, no. 16% chance of rain. So, nothing really. It's just going to be clear. 25 degrees.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the Ponies win, bro. We got the Ponies against the Broncos.
Wow.
For a chance to go fucking play Notre Dame or Georgia, honestly. I think that the Ponies beat Penn State, and I think James Franklin might be looking for a job on Monday.
Man, I disagree with you. I think Penn State rolls SMU. I really do. And I think SMU's momentum is gone after the way they lost last week against Clemson. Clemson doesn't let them get back in that game. Clemson was up a lot of points in that game, and Clemson let them get back in that game. So that's my take on it. We'll see. Let's go on to the game Matt teased before. Ohio State versus Tennessee. This is the most bet game on the college football slate. This is probably going to be the most watched game of the weekend, I think, for college football.
This is a good one.
Yeah. Matt, Tennessee is 7.5-point dogs versus Ohio State at Ohio State. I can't wait. And Tennessee, I look at it like a better Michigan. They got a solid defense, and they have a solid run game on offense. Dylan Sampson, he's a touchdown machine. Nico, I think, is definitely a better quarterback than Michigan's quarterback, but Tennessee has had some offensive struggles at times this season. Matt, what are your thoughts on this matchup? I already know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
I'm taking Tennessee. I think Ohio State is in trouble. I think that a lot of the shine has been washed off the Buckeye, honestly. I don't think they scare anybody anymore. I think Ryan Day is just dead man walking. And he needs to be. Like, they need to go hire Mike Vrabel faster than you can say hire Mike Vrabel. You want a tough, hard-nosed fucking football team where you want an NFL mindset. You want somebody that gives a shit. You want somebody that can attract fucking recruits. Go, I know Vrabel's not Coach Prime or Coach Belichick, but goddamn, that would be a home run hire for Ohio State. Don't let Vrabel go be the Jet coach. And Vrabel, from a Jet, don't do it.
Yeah. Matt, all people don't.
Don't do it, homie. Don't. And everybody that plays for the Jets that's any good, get the fuck out of there as fast as humanly possible. Leave. I don't care if you have to strike. I know why Hassan Reddick didn't want to go, because fucking Woody Johnson is supplying Diddy and all the fucking Johnson & Johnson he can get his hands on. You know how much baby oil that guy had in his house? You think he just got that? He just got it? He went to Walgreens? Nope. He called Woody and said, Woody, and Woody dropped it off in his helicopter. It was a weird transaction. And neither here nor there. The Jets are a shit show. Vrabel, don't go there. Anybody, everyone, leave immediately. Aaron Rodgers, go play for the 49ers, which I think will happen. I think Aaron ends up with San Francisco next year, and I think they could be pretty good if they can ever stay healthy, but goddamn, that's an old football team. Neither here nor there. Back to Tennessee. I think Tennessee and Ohio State has the potential to be an unbelievable game. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Ohio State's going to play their balls off, but I'm not sold on Will Howard. I think that they went out and they got Will Howard thinking he would be like this huge upgrade on McCord, and I think McCord went to Syracuse and is better than Howard, and they should have just kept with their guy. This is one of the things about the transfer portal is one man's trash is another man's treasure, bro. Like, speaking of Syracuse, Savion Washington, right tackle for CU last year. Everybody piles on him, goes to Syracuse, balls the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to train, can't wait to get his huge ass in the room. That motherfucker is so goddamn big. Savion's like as big as the door frame, right? So I was talking to him about today. Syracuse was a great fit. CU was a good fit. You know what I'm saying? McCord was a great fit at Ohio State until he lost to Michigan. I don't know. Looking at the numbers, if you're a Buckeye, who would you rather have? Will Howard or McCord right now? Who would you take?
See, I mean, if I were an Ohio State Buckeye fan, you have to take Kyle McCord after the season he's had at Stanford or at Syracuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kyle McCord is balling out.
Too. What about Eddie George for Ohio State's head coach? That is
from Tennessee State.
Grand slam.
Ooh, I like that.
Coach, fuck. Tennessee State's not bad. He's building them that's not really the point.
That's like a step up.
Tennessee State's good. It's what Eddie George can do for the Buckeyes walking in as a coach. Eddie George. Do the kids really know Eddie George? Yes. Yeah, Heisman, bitch. Like, Eddie George is a bad motherfucker. If you can get Ray Lewis to compliment you, you're a bad motherfucker, period. So, Eddie George, everybody forgets how good that guy was, but he could be another great hire for Ohio State. Just Ohio State, don't go hire another old white idiot.
Right.
Like, I know Vrabel's a white guy, but he's not an old white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just branch out a little bit, dog. Like, I almost want them to lose so you get rid of Ryan Day, because if he wins, they have to keep him, man. I'm just tired of his ass. I feel like I agree. He was hired on third base, and he's done so little. His record's outstanding. No one's saying it's not. Every Ohio State coach's record's outstanding. You've always got the best players. I feel like he should have multiple national titles.
Yeah.
He sucks in big games, dog. And look, this is really what turned me off with Ryan Day. And one of the reasons I'm picking against them. Did you see how fast the kids turned and ran towards the fight at midfield when they tried to plant the flag? You know what I'm saying? You remember that?
You don't think he has control of his team?
He turned around and did what?
Oh, nothing.
He just stood there. And his excuse was, I didn't really know what was going on. You didn't see
eyes?
A big fucking flag getting planted in the middle of the O? So that I figure like he would be
like that a little bit better.
Be more apt to go defend it. That's all. And if he's not going to defend it, why is he the head coach? You want to bring back Urban Meyer? I mean, look, I can't say that would be a bad idea. He's a hell of a college coach. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Urban's pretty huge, scummy fuck. I don't know if you can get away with that one again.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. But Matt, you got Tennessee upsetting Ohio State in this one.
Well, I want them to upset them too. Like, I really want Ohio State to lose badly.
I want to see Tennessee beat Ohio State so badly.
Every Ohio State fan should want this to happen too, so you can fucking get rid of Ryan Day, and you can actually
I want to see this. I really do. But here's Tennessee is not Michigan, meaning this.
Better than Michigan.
Obviously, but Tennessee is not Michigan, meaning it's not the rival. It's not it's going to be not the it's like, you know what I'm saying? They're not the rival. This is, I think, Ohio State for the exact reason you said. Will Howard, all that noise with Kyle McCord. I really think Will Howard's going to go and surprise everybody. I think Ohio State wins by at least 7.
I really think the defense is going to eat Ohio State alive.
Ooh, man, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait to see that game. I got Ohio State in that one personally. I want to see Tennessee win so bad. I mean, I live in Tennessee. I'd love to see it, but man, I really think Ohio State is gonna roll them. I do. I think Ohio State is gonna have a bounce back.
Is that the nightcap?
What?
Tennessee Ohio State tomorrow night. Is that the nightcap? Is that the
night game?
State, SMU, Texas, Clemson,
yeah.
And then Ohio State.
They're the night game. Yeah, they're the night game.
Smart.
I think Ohio State,
Tennessee, roll Rocky Top.
Yeah, Rocky Top.
And they recruit the fuck out of the room. Gage is there. You know, Robert Ayers is one of their D-line coaches. Who's a great friend of mine. I played with here in Denver. And then, you know, they offered Reese, they offered Deacon. Like, they love the Dungeon family. They offer Breck. Yep. So, you know, they've already invited Nick and Davis down to a fucking game. So I posted this clip that I'm working this morning. And I've already got 3 coaches that I tagged on it. They're like, oh, we got to get these 2 out. These 2 look like freaks. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, goddamn right, bro. Fucking right, bitch. This is why we build bridges. And just one of them has to be my kid. So that's pretty fucking cool. You know?
That's awesome.
2 freshmen in here working with a guy who's going to the NFL. I think Tennessee's going to eat dog. I have a feeling they're going to whip Ohio State's ass.
Here's my thing with Tennessee. I think they're a year away. I really think they're a year away. I think Ohio State beats Tennessee, and we see a rematch: Oregon, Ohio State, and that's going to be the game of the year.
How far do you think the Buffaloes would go if they made the playoff? Okay, so what seed are they?
Yeah, we can play this. Let's do this hypothetical. If they,
let's say that the Big 12 got 2 in instead of the ACC. So let's say hypothetically, SMU is the 4 seed, and Arizona State's the 11, and CU got tiebreakers, and Houston beat BYU, and they went and played Arizona State and won. And Arizona State got in at the 11, just like SMU did. And CU got in at the 12. And CU has to go to Austin. Matt,
we didn't even cover that game. Go ahead. You first.
I hate Texas with a passion. Wow, that would be that's a tough one, bro. I don't know if our offensive line can hold up with Texas's defense. I have no doubt that Shador would eat, and that Travis would do his thing, and the ability to score points would be our great equalizer. But goddamn, their defense is fucking mean, bro. And I think they are going to dog walk Clemson like you've never seen Clemson get dog walked in their life. I think all the Clemson fans are going to be really happy about making the playoff until this game starts. And then Arch Manning is going to run out there and not Quinn Ewers, and he's going to fucking carve them the fuck up. I think Clemson is going to get beat by 4 touchdowns.
I totally disagree with you.
That's pretty good.
First, going back to Ohio State, Tennessee. Tennessee's the most team.
But I also think that they played really shitty last week and should have won, arguably. And in Austin, I think that I think Clemson is walking into a hornet's nest that's really pissed off, and Sarkisian is angry, and I think he knows that Quinn Ewers is the problem. And I think you're going to see a lot of Arch Manning. And then I think you're going to see Quinn Ewers, when they're done, enter the transfer portal and go play for somebody else.
See, that's my caveat with that game. First, I'll start with Texas Clemson. I think Texas is similar to Notre Dame. This is a tough spot for Texas, and they have to really respond. They had a whole second half to go score and win a game against Georgia that didn't have a quarterback, and they couldn't. And I think personally, if they want to win, you start Arch Manning. I think it's very clear that Ewers is struggling, and Ewers has something with his ankle or some injury. Something is holding him back. For this game, this is my upset pick of the weekend. I got Clemson. I think they're going to take out Texas. I really do. If you look at Texas' schedule, their big win is Texas A&M and Vanderbilt.
So if you're rolling with fucking Dabo in
Yeah.
Austin?
I am.
Wow, that is as crazy as me picking SMU over Penn State.
That one I don't understand at all. That one in my head doesn't make sense.
This one in my head makes no sense either because
this is going
to beat Clemson by fucking 4 touchdowns to start the season. And I don't think Clemson is very good. I think Clemson is lucky. I think Clemson has a good field goal kicker, and I think they caught SMU sleeping. I think Clemson is really, really not very good. Like, they're good enough to win and get in, and I tip my cap to Dabo, but I would not be surprised if they get absolutely shit stomped. And you know what? And they have nothing to lose. So the Clemson quarterback used to be a Texas guy, and that's all great. You have nothing to lose. But Texas's defense, they have not even sniffed a defense close to Texas until they played South Carolina. South Carolina beat the fuck out of them. And I know the score was close, but South Carolina dominated them.
That is true.
And they just didn't finish on offense, but they still won. So the SEC teams that played Clemson this year mollywopped them and really fucking put it on them physically. And I just think that Texas is going to do the same thing, man. At Clemson, all this, we want to go to the SEC shit. You're good where you are. Stay in the ACC and be relevant. You don't want to go to the SEC.
Oh, man, Matt, this is going to be interesting because I really do think Clemson's going to take them out if Quinn Ewers is starting and if Quinn Ewers plays, because as far as it looks, that's what they're going to do. So as long as
Arch Manning is going to play the majority of the game, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him in the first series in certain packages, and the minute Quinn Ewers fucking struggles, they'll pluck his ass and put Arch in. Because honestly, at this point, if I'm Arch Manning, I'm in the back of my head, I'm sitting there going, what do I have to do to start? This guy isn't even good.
That's what I'm saying, Matt. That's what I'm saying. I think
out here holding his back, and I don't get to play. I sure would look good in whatever fucking color anybody would have. I mean, where you want to go, dog?
Right.
I mean, if Arch Manning went in the fucking transfer portal, I would literally ask Colorado to back up the fucking Brinks truck. I don't care what you have to promise him or do. You go get him immediately. And you put a Manning with a Sanders, fucking incredible. I don't know how we make this work, but goddamn.
Man, Matt, I can't wait for that game too, because that's going to be an interesting game. I really think Clemson is going to say, to all Texas's NIL money and Lamborghinis parked out front, they're going to go walk.
But money, don't act like they're not a blue blood. They got multiple titles. Clemson's won national titles.
That was really. You see, he signed his first 2 transfer portal guys. He's even a
weirdo, dude. He's just a fucking weirdo. That's all. It's look, Dabo still believes in Santa Claus. Okay, leave the guy alone. He's just weird. You know he does. He thinks the Easter Bunny lays eggs and shit. It's cool. That's cool. Cool. But I'm telling you, I think Texas is going to fight like the fucking third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark, and it's raining, motherfucker. So, I'm getting on the shit. Texas can't lose this game. If Texas loses to Clemson at home, it is going to be a fucking shitstorm in Austin like you've never seen before. They'll start talking about running Sark out. Apparently this guy can't win a fucking game because Texas on paper is so much better than Clemson is, bro. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. Clemson's about to get fucking mollywopped.
If Clemson was playing Georgia, any SEC, a SEC team that was
I think they'd lose by 4 touchdowns to them too because they did already.
Yeah, but look, that's a good debate, Matt. That's not the same team, Matt. You know it's not the same team. Ooh.
Bro, do you really think that Clemson would be able to run with Georgia if they played again right now?
I said that in week. Me and JB have both had the same take on my show. We talked about that because they're both. I mean, man, they look a lot, especially during the season. And now think about it, Georgia. Georgia doesn't have for that first game.
You guys, they beat them 30-3.
Georgia doesn't have Beck for that game, so hypothetically, Clemson was Indiana, and Indiana wins. You don't care?
Fuck, bro. I don't give a shit.
No shot.
Not their quarterback. The strength of Georgia is their offensive and defensive lines and defense and running game. Carson Beck holds them back. The backup is probably going to be better than him if he plays. That Carson Beck's talking about going back to Georgia next year, and they don't want him.
I saw that. I saw that.
I don't give a fuck if Carson Beck is there or not. Georgia is a better football team in the trenches. They're tougher, and they already played this game at the beginning of the year and shit stopped them. So I don't want to hear this now. Clemson can beat them. Get the fuck out of here. Clemson can't run with SEC teams. Every time they play an SEC team, they get shit stopped. Give me a fucking break. Georgia beat them. South Carolina beat them. And now Texas is going to beat them. Peace. Kick rocks.
Man. Well, it's going to be exciting to see. And I can't back Tennessee. Tennessee is literally the most bet thing on the whole slate. I can't. It just seems too easy. It's too easy. Like, they're like, they want you to bet Tennessee in this game. They don't.
Because Ohio State is spent. Will Howard against an SEC defense. How's this going to
go? Lose, Matt. Someone's going to lose. I don't know who it is.
State do well against this defense, dog. Yeah, I'd say 2-3.
Ohio State can run the ball. He doesn't have to. They can run the ball with their two backs and really. I mean, on Tennessee's defense, I know that's big if, man. I know, but
these fucking defense is arguably the best in the SEC.
They're legit. I know. That's why I said it's a big if.
Tennessee's defense on paper is better than Georgia's.
Oh yeah, I know. Tennessee probably got the best defense in the country. That's what I'm saying.
If Georgia was going and Tennessee won their tiebreaker games and didn't drop who they lose to, they lost to Arkansas. If they wouldn't have lost to Arkansas and they got to play in the SEC title game, you think Georgia could go to the shoe and win? Would you take Georgia over Ohio State right now?
Would I take Georgia over Ohio State? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, bro, just don't look at the logo, the SEC defense. That's what you need to understand. I'm not saying the SEC offense is good.
I can't do it. I got Ohio State, man. I can't.
Defenses are about to show up. Texas defense is going to show up. Tennessee's defense is going to show up. When Georgia plays Notre Dame or Indiana, their defense is going to show up. These SEC defenses are not to be fucked with. Now, the reason they'll lose games is because they
top tier.
They can't score. We'll see how Tennessee does against Oregon. That'll be a good game.
Tennessee had problems scoring against Arkansas. And I watched that. I was like, man.
And fucking Oregon almost lost at Wisconsin and scored 13 points.
Yeah,
so everybody had
I live in Tennessee. That doesn't mean I'm going to say Tennessee's going to win. I'm not a fucking fan or a homer. Huh?
He's from Seattle.
Yeah, I am from Seattle. But I got Tennessee, or I got Ohio State beating Tennessee now. And
I don't understand that you and I are friends and in business together and you're my homie. This is how soft they think the world is.
Can you?
I can talk to you the way they want me to. Your haircut looks so good today, and your opinions are valid, and they're meaningful, and they count. And I just want you to know that your smile is as bright as your soul, and I'm so thankful and grateful for having you on the show. And being my other half here, we're like synergy. We come together. It's almost incredible. Almost. So I just want you to know that I really love you, and you're just the best. Shut the fuck up.
Max, holy fuck. Back to college football. Actually, and we got to talk NFL before we get out of here. But, Matt, I got Ohio State and Clemson.
Great job.
I don't know if we agreed on any game, but goddamn it.
I don't think we did.
I think Indiana. What? Go ahead.
You take Indiana?
I'm going to take Indiana to cover, yeah.
But are you taking them to win?
Notre Dame's winning that game.
All right, so we agree on Notre Dame, Indiana. I'm taking Tennessee. You're taking Ohio State. I'm taking Texas. You're taking Clemson. I'm taking SMU. You're taking Penn State.
How on earth are you taking SMU? Yeah, I'm taking Penn State.
I don't know, bro. That's my hunch game. The same way I look at you and go, you actually think Clemson's soft ass is going to walk into Austin and you're crazy. And then they'll probably both lose, and both the ACC teams will move on, and we'll both be sitting here like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that would be wild. But hey, nonetheless, it's going to be a great weekend of football. Let's move.
I understand real quick. Why Why? Give me an offensive reason.
Because I think Klubnik is better than I said this earlier. I think Klubnik's better than Ewers, and I think Texas is rolling with Ewers. They're going to stick to their guns and play Ewers, and that's what's going to screw them. That's what I think. And if they go out and play Arch Manning and they do what Nick Saban did with Tua, then you might see a different result. But I think they're going to really stick to their guns.
I played in the Big 12. The Big 8 was like over in 96. I was a freshman in high school.
90s and shit. But hey, yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. I think they're going to stick to the guns with the Ewers, and that's going to be the fall of them, to be honest with you. Because the way they looked against Georgia in the second half with the backup quarterback, I mean, shit. How do you not win that game? I really don't know. If you win Ewers, you're going to go play an NFL quarterback and not go and transfer. I mean, that's, I don't know. What?
You got a good point. I will give you that.
That's just me.
Fuck Texas, bro. I hope Clemson wins, but it ain't happening.
I hope SMU wins, but it is not happening against Penn State. That's the one I'm like, no way.